Last week, ASICS announced their new racing shoes, and typically they release two models, the Metaspeed Sky and the Metaspeed Edge, but this year they added a third version to the family, the Metaspeed Ray. So all these shoes get new foams and changes top to bottom, so let's go ahead and dive into it. So let's start with the brand new shoe, the Metaspeed Ray. So this is the newest entry to the Metaspeed family, and it's a tier above the Sky and the Edge, as it features flagship technologies to make it their lightest and most efficient shoe. The upper uses matrix, which is a material you often find on trail shoes. It uses coated woven Kevlar that not only helps make the upper super light and breathable, but also very durable as well. The midsole features a brand new foam called Flight Foam Leap. I don't think ASICS has officially confirmed it, but I've heard a lot of people saying that instead of using PIBA like Flight Foam Turbo Plus, Flight Foam Leap is ATPU based. So I haven't got to try it yet, but it looks very soft and bouncy. ASICS says it's 13.7% bouncier and 30% softer than Turbo Plus. Instead of sandwiching a carbon plate in between two slabs of foam and gluing them all together, ASICS has made a single piece of foam for the midsole, and a 3/4 length carbon plate sits on top of it. Above that is a thick sock liner that's also made out of Flight Foam Leap, essentially acting as a small drop-in midsole. So a lot of these midsole choices were designed to keep the shoe as light as possible, because this shoe is coming in super light, even lighter than the Adios Pro Evo 1 at about 4.5 ounces or 129 grams. Moving on to the outsole, it uses ASICS grip rubber, but it kind of looks like it might be slightly thinner than what they have on the Sky and the Edge. Price-wise, I was expecting this to be a hyper shoe that competes with the Adios Pro Evo, both in weight and in price, but it actually comes in at $300, which is $200 less than the Adios Pro Evo. For availability, this shoe comes out August 12th, 2025. Now let's talk about the Metaspeed Tokyo. So the shoe is still designed for stride runners, but gets some sweet updates. The Sky Tokyo uses the new Motion Wrap 3.0 upper, which looks pretty similar to Motion Wrap 2.0 that was found in the Paris series, but with some extra reinforcement behind the metatarsal and less padding around the ankle. The midsole still uses a flatter plate that is closer to the foot, but now it has Flight Foam Turbo Plus foam above the plate and the new Flight Foam Leap underneath the plate. The outsole looks pretty similar to last year's version using ASICS grip rubber as well. Moving on to the price, the Metaspeeds have always been $250. This year they're getting a bump up to $270. Kind of expected a bump just because a lot of other super shoes like the Vaporfly just got a bump up to $260. But $270 is a little more than I was expecting it to be honest. As far as availability goes, they'll be available June 25th, 2025. Finally, we have the ASICS Metaspeed Edge Tokyo, and this shoe is still designed for cadence runners, and it gets some big changes this year. For the upper, the Edge Tokyo uses the same Motion Wrap 3.0 that we just talked about in the Sky Tokyo, but for the midsole, it gets some changes. So last year, the only difference between the Sky and the Edge midsoles were the plate placement. This year, there is an even bigger difference. That's the foam. So it still uses that aggressively scooped plate, but the Edge has a top layer of Flight Foam Leap and a bottom layer of Flight Foam Turbo Plus. It looks like the majority of the heel is Flight Foam Turbo Plus, and the forefoot is Flight Foam Leap. Not sure if it's to make the heel more stable or what. As for the outsole, again, it looks pretty much the same as the Edge pairs with that ASICS grip rubber. The price is the same as the Sky at $270, and the release date is the same as well at July 25th. So there we have it. That is ASICS' new 2025 racing lineup. We have the super light Metaspeed Ray coming in at $300, which we still don't know if this is kind of a one-off shoe or if there's going to be Metaspeed Ray 2 or something along those lines. They keep going with a 3-shoe model. I guess we'll have to wait and see. And then we have the Metaspeed Sky Tokyo and the Metaspeed Edge Tokyo. Both have Flight Foam Turbo Plus and Flight Foam Leap, but in different orientations above and below the plate. And these are the 4th iteration of the Metaspeed already. So does adding this 3rd model make it harder for you to choose between the 3 different shoes? Are you like a Metaspeed Sky or Edge fan and just gonna go straight for those? Try out the Ray. What are your thoughts? Let me know down below. I'm definitely planning to review the Metaspeed Ray and the Sky Tokyo, and I'm hoping I can try out the Edge Tokyo as well. Subscribe so you don't miss those reviews, and as always, keep on running.